Have you ever stopped to think about just how fast artificial intelligence is evolving? It feels like just yesterday we were marveling at AI that could win a game of chess, and now it's woven into the very fabric of our daily digital lives, doing everything from suggesting our next movie to powering self-driving cars. But what if I told you the next huge leap isn't just about using smarter AI, but about creating your own? Imagine having a digital assistant that doesn't just follow generic commands but is built by you for you, knowing exactly what you need. This isn't science fiction anymore. We are standing right on the edge of a new frontier, where building a custom AI agent is not just possible, but accessible to almost anyone. The year 2025 marks a pivotal moment in the history of technology. It's the year when the power to create sophisticated AI is no longer locked away in the high-security labs of giant tech corporations. Think about how smartphones changed everything by putting a powerful computer in everyone's pocket. We're about to see a similar shift with AI. The tools, the platforms, and the knowledge required to build smart, autonomous agents are becoming widely available. This democratization of AI means that you, whether you're a business owner, a student, a creative, or just someone with a great idea, can now design and deploy your very own digital workforce, tailored perfectly to your specific goals and workflows. So, let's get right to the core question that will define the next decade of personal computing. Are you ready to move beyond simply using the AI that big companies give you? The real revolution begins when you start to see AI not just as a product to be consumed, but as a material to build with. The potential here is staggering. We're talking about automating the most tedious parts of your job, creating hyper-personalized customer experiences, or even building a tool that solves a problem no one else has even thought of yet. This guide is designed to be your entry point into this exciting new world, showing you that the barrier to entry is lower than you think. This isn't just another tech trend, it's a fundamental change in our relationship with technology. The most sought-after agents in the very near future won't be the ones you download from an app store. They will be the ones you craft yourself. Think of them as your personal digital staff, always on, always learning, and always working to make your life easier and more productive. The ability to create these agents is becoming a new kind of literacy, a skill that will unlock unprecedented levels of efficiency and innovation. And you're about to learn exactly how to get started on this journey, step by step. For the past few years, we've all been AI users. We've watched in awe as AI generated stunning art, wrote complex code, managed our calendars, and streamlined global industries. These applications are incredible, but they represent only one side of the coin. The true excitement, the real game-changing potential, kicks in the moment you decide to transition from being a passive consumer of AI to an active creator. This guide is your official invitation to make that leap. It's your golden ticket into the world of AI development, designed to demystify the entire process and empower you to build your very own intelligent agent from the ground up in 2025. We are going to break down every single component you need to understand. Forget the intimidating jargon and the complex theories for a moment. We'll focus on the practical steps and the core concepts that matter. The most exciting part is that we will explore multiple paths to get you there. Whether you are completely comfortable writing lines of Python code, or you would much rather use intuitive, visual drag-and-drop tools, there is a way for you to build. It's like choosing your preferred construction method. You can either work from a detailed architectural blueprint or snap together advanced, high-tech Lego bricks to build your masterpiece. By the time you finish this guide, you will have a crystal-clear understanding of the foundational ideas behind AI agents. You will see the distinct advantages and disadvantages of different creation methods, allowing you to choose the one that best fits your skills and your project's needs. More importantly, you will have a clear, actionable roadmap to get started immediately. We will walk through the entire lifecycle of an agent, from the initial brainstorming phase of figuring out its purpose, all the way to the final steps of launching it into the world. Your journey to becoming an AI creator starts right here, right now. There's absolutely no denying it. Artificial intelligence is everywhere you look. It's no longer some distant, futuristic concept you only see in movies. It is actively reshaping how we interact with technology on a daily basis. A huge part of this transformation is being driven by what we call AI agents. These are intelligent systems designed to perceive their environment, make decisions, and take actions to achieve specific goals. Almost like digital apprentices who are constantly learning on the job. They are the engine behind so much of what we see, capable of handling complex tasks, solving tricky problems, and automating a massive range of processes, from the customer service chatbots that answer your questions to the virtual assistants that meticulously organize our schedules and lives. So let's break down what an AI agent actually is, in the simplest terms possible. Think of it as a piece of software with a degree of autonomy. Unlike a traditional computer program that rigidly follows a pre-written set of instructions, like a train stuck on a fixed track, an AI agent can operate with more flexibility. It can learn from its experiences and adapt its behavior to new situations, much more like a self-driving car that has to navigate the unpredictable chaos of city streets. These agents are built specifically to take action or execute a sequence of steps, using the information they gather to accomplish a larger, more complex objective. They can understand context, reason through problems, and even use other digital tools to get the job done. This ability to act independently is what makes them so powerful. A simple script can automate a single, repetitive action, but an AI agent can orchestrate a whole symphony of actions. For example, you could ask an agent to plan a business trip. It wouldn't just search for flights. It would check your calendar for availability, find flights that fit your schedule, book a hotel near your meeting location, add all the details to your calendar, and then send you a complete itinerary. It's this ability to handle multi-step dynamic tasks that sets agents apart and makes them feel like a genuine assistant rather than just a simple tool. They are the next evolution of software, moving from passive tools to active partners. Understanding this core concept is the first step toward building one yourself. The key takeaway is that you are not just building a program that responds. You are designing an entity that acts. It's a subtle but profound difference. When you build an AI agent, you are giving it a goal and a set of tools, and then you are trusting it to figure out the best way to use those tools to reach that goal. This shift in thinking is fundamental to grasping the revolution that is happening right now. You're moving from being a micromanager of your software to becoming the strategic director of your own digital team. So, if AI agents are so powerful, why are we talking about 2025 as the year everything changes? The truth is, the fundamental concepts behind AI agents have been around in research labs for decades. What's radically different now is the convergence of several key technologies that have finally made them practical and, more importantly, accessible to everyone. The biggest game changer has been the rise of incredibly powerful and widely available large language models, or LLMs. Models like OpenAI's GPT series, Anthropic's Claude, and Google's Gemini have become the brains that can power an agent's reasoning and decision-making abilities. They provide the cognitive engine that was previously missing or prohibitively expensive to build. But it's not just about the LLMs themselves. A whole ecosystem of tools and frameworks has sprung up around them, specifically designed to make building agents easier. Think of frameworks like LangChain or Llama Index. These are like toolkits that provide the essential plumbing for your agent, the pipes and connectors that allow the LLM brain to connect to the outside world. They handle complicated things like memory, so your agent can remember past conversations, and tool integration, so your agent can use other software like a web browser or a calculator. This removes a massive amount of complexity, allowing creators to focus on what their agent should do, not on how to build the underlying infrastructure from scratch. This explosion of accessible tools is creating a perfect storm. It's like the early days of the internet when building a website went from being a task for highly specialized programmers to something anyone could do with platforms like WordPress or Squarespace. That's what's happening with AI agents right now. The barrier to entry has been lowered so dramatically that you no longer need a PhD in computer science or a massive budget to create something genuinely useful. This democratization is the real story of 2025. The secret recipes of the world's most advanced AI labs are now available in a cookbook that everyone can read and follow. This shift means that building your own agent is no longer just a technical exercise, it's a strategic advantage. The global market for AI agents is projected to skyrocket, growing from around $5.1 billion in 2024 to an incredible $47.1 billion by 2030. Early adopters in business are already reporting massive efficiency gains, with some seeing improvements of up to 50% in customer service and sales operations. This isn't just a fleeting trend or a niche hobby for tech enthusiasts. It's a fundamental transformation in how work gets done and how we interact with our digital environment. And it is happening right now. With this revolution in full swing, you have a unique opportunity to define your place in it. The rise of accessible AI agents is creating a new landscape, which we can call the agent economy. In this economy, value is created not just by using generic one-size-fits-all software, but by designing, building, and deploying custom agents that solve highly specific problems. This opens up a whole new world of possibilities for individuals and businesses alike. You are no longer limited by the features that big tech companies decide to give you. Instead, you can build the exact solution you need, tailored to your unique workflow, your specific customers, or your personal goals. Think of it this way. For the last decade, the app economy dominated. If you had a problem, you'd search for an app to solve it. In the coming years, the mindset will shift. If you have a problem, you will think about what kind of agent could solve it for you. This creates incredible opportunities. For entrepreneurs, it means you can build a new business around a specialized AI agent that serves a niche market. For employees, it means you can build agents to automate the tedious parts of your job, freeing you up to focus on more strategic, creative, and high-impact work. This isn't about replacing jobs, it's about augmenting human capability. Your place in this new economy is that of an architect. You are the one who understands the problem that needs to be solved. You have the context, the domain knowledge, and the vision. The AI is the powerful tool, but it needs your direction. You might be a marketer who builds an agent to analyze campaign data and write personalized follow-up emails. You could be a researcher who designs an agent to scour scientific papers and summarize the latest findings in your field. Or you could just be someone who wants to build an agent to manage your household budget and find the best deals online. The possibilities are truly endless. Ultimately, getting involved now means you are not just keeping up with the latest technology. You are getting ahead of the curve. You are developing a new kind of creative and technical literacy that will be incredibly valuable in the years to come. Just as apps changed how we use our phones, custom AI agents are poised to fundamentally change how you work, how you automate tasks, and how you innovate. The power to build is now in your hands. The critical question you need to ask yourself is not if you should participate in this revolution, but how you will make your mark. All right, let's get down to business. Before you write a single line of code or drag a single block in a no-code tool, we need to talk about the most important step in this entire process. Seriously, this is the one thing you cannot afford to skip. It's the planning phase. This is where you create the blueprint for your AI agent. It's like an architect designing a skyscraper. You wouldn't just start pouring concrete and hope for the best. A poorly planned agent, one with a fuzzy purpose, will almost always end up being a solution in search of a problem. It will feel clunky, inefficient, and ultimately, it won't deliver the value you're hoping for. A clear plan is your foundation for success. So, the very first question you need to ask yourself is simple but profound. What is the core mission of my AI agent? And I mean, get really specific here. I want it to help my business is way too broad. We need to drill down to the specifics. Is its primary job to handle Tier 1 customer support questions by instantly answering common queries? Is it meant to automate a complex internal workflow like onboarding a new employee? Or perhaps its goal is to sift through thousands of legal documents to extract very specific clauses and dates. The more precise you are with its purpose, the easier every subsequent decision will be. Think of this process as defining your agent's job description. A good job description is never vague. It lists specific responsibilities and required skills. So, for your agent, what are those responsibilities? Will it need to compose emails, search the web, access a database, or perform calculations? Listing these out helps you understand the capabilities it will need to have. This clarity prevents what's known as scope creep, where you keep adding more and more features until the project becomes an unmanageable mess. A laser-focused agent that does one or two things exceptionally well is infinitely more valuable than a confused agent that tries to do everything poorly. A well-defined mission acts as your North Star throughout the entire building process. Every time you have to make a decision, which tool to use, what data to connect, how to structure its logic, you can refer back to its core purpose. Does this decision help the agent achieve its mission? If not, you can confidently discard it. This disciplined approach saves you an incredible amount of time and effort. It ensures that you are building something practical and effective, like a precision-guided laser instead of a scattered floodlight. Start with a crystal clear, well-defined goal, and you've already won half the battle. Once you have a clear mission for your agent, the next critical piece of the puzzle is figuring out what it needs to connect to. An AI agent doesn't operate in a vacuum. To be truly useful, it needs access to information and the ability to interact with the other tools and systems you already use. This is the integration mapping phase. Think of your agent as a new employee. On their first day, you wouldn't just sit them at an empty desk. You'd give them access to the company's software, databases, and communication channels. Your AI agent needs the exact same thing to do its job effectively. Let's get practical. Make a list of all the digital places your agent needs to go. Will it need to pull customer information from your CRM, like Salesforce or HubSpot? Does it need to create tickets in your help desk software like Zendesk or Jira? Will it have to read and write data from a Google Sheet or an Airtable database? Perhaps it needs to connect to external services via an API, like a weather service, a stock market tracker, or a shipping provider. Mapping out these connections is absolutely essential because it will heavily influence which tools and platforms are right for you. Some no-code tools, for example, have excellent pre-built connectors for popular apps, which might be perfect for your needs. This is also the time to think about the data your agent will need. What information is required for it to make smart decisions? If it's a customer service agent, it will need access to your knowledge base, product documentation, and maybe even past customer conversations to understand context. If it's a sales assistant, it needs access to product catalogs, pricing information, and lead data. Defining these data sources upfront is crucial. It helps you prepare the information, ensure it's clean and accessible, and consider any security or privacy implications from the very beginning. The quality of your agent's output is directly tied to the quality of its input data. Ultimately, this mapping exercise gives you a technical blueprint that complements your mission blueprint. You'll have a clear picture of the entire ecosystem your agent will live in. This foresight prevents major headaches down the road. There's nothing worse than getting halfway through a build only to realize that your chosen platform can't connect to a critical piece of software your business relies on. So take the time now to think like a systems architect. Chart out every connection, every data source, and every tool your agent will need to touch. This thoughtful planning will make the actual building process dramatically smoother and more successful. You've defined your agent's mission and mapped out its connections. There's one final piece to the planning puzzle, and it's one that people often overlook until it's too late. You need to decide, right now, how you will know if your agent is actually working well. What does success look like, and how will you measure it? Without clear metrics, you're flying blind. You might have an agent that's running, but you'll have no objective way of knowing if it's actually helping, or even worse, if it's making mistakes. Defining your key performance indicators, or KPIs, is how you create a report card for your agent. These metrics should be directly tied to the agent's core mission that you defined earlier. If the goal was to improve customer support efficiency, then your KPIs might be things like a reduction in customer wait times, an increase in the number of tickets resolved without human intervention, or a higher customer satisfaction score. If your agent's purpose is to save time on administrative tasks, your key metric could be the number of hours saved per week for your team. The key is to choose metrics that are specific, measurable, and clearly aligned with the business value you are trying to create. Having these metrics in place does more than just prove the agent's value after it's built. It also guides its development and refinement. During the testing phase, you can use these KPIs to benchmark your agent's performance. Is it meeting the targets you set? If not, you know you need to go back and tweak its logic, refine its prompts, or provide it with better data. This creates a continuous feedback loop for improvement. It transforms the process from a one-time build into an ongoing optimization cycle, ensuring your agent gets smarter and more effective over time. just like a human employee would with good performance reviews. So, before you move on to the exciting part of actually building, take a moment to be a data-driven strategist. Ask yourself, what numbers will tell me this project was a success? Is it about cutting costs, making more money, improving customer happiness, or boosting team productivity? Write these metrics down. Making sure your agent's purpose is directly linked to clear, quantifiable business outcomes is the final crucial step in your planning phase. It ensures that you're not just building a cool piece of technology, you're building a tangible asset that delivers real, measurable results. If you're someone who loves to have complete control, to fine-tune every detail, and to build something truly from the ground up, then the coding path is your ultimate playground. This approach is for the developers, the tinkerers, and the technically curious who want to look under the hood and engineer every part of their AI agent. Think of it as being a master chef who isn't just following a recipe, but is creating a brand new dish by selecting every single raw ingredient and inventing a new cooking technique. This path offers unparalleled flexibility, deep customization, and the power to create agents that are incredibly powerful, specialized, and built to scale for the most demanding tasks. It's where you can truly push the boundaries of what's possible. The first step on this journey is setting up your digital workshop, also known as your development environment. This is where you'll gather all your tools and materials before you start building. For AI agent development in 2025, the undisputed king of programming languages is Python. Its clean syntax, extensive libraries, and massive community support make it the perfect choice. You'll want to start by making sure you have a recent version of Python installed, preferably 3.10 or newer. Then, you'll want to get comfortable with using virtual environments. This practice is like giving each project its own clean, isolated workspace, preventing conflicts between the different libraries and packages you'll inevitably use. With Python ready, your next move is to install the essential libraries that will form the backbone of your agent. These are pre-written bundles of code that handle the heavy lifting for you. You'll use a package manager like pip to install them. Key libraries you'll almost certainly need include OpenAI or Anthropic to communicate with the large language models, and a framework like LangChain or Llama Index to structure your agent's logic. Think of these libraries as your power tools. You could theoretically build everything from scratch, but using these tools will save you an immense amount of time and effort, letting you focus on the unique aspects of your agent. Finally, you need a good code editor, which is your primary interface for writing and managing your project. A tool like Visual Studio Code or VS Code is a fantastic choice because it's free, powerful, and has a huge ecosystem of extensions that can help with everything from code completion to debugging. Setting up your environment correctly from the start is a crucial step. It's the professional equivalent of a carpenter neatly organizing their workshop before starting a new piece of furniture. A clean, well-organized setup will make the entire development process smoother, more efficient, and far less frustrating, letting you get to the creative part faster. Now that your workshop is set up, it's time to start assembling the core components of your AI agent. The first and most critical component is its brain. In most cases, this will be a powerful large language model, or LLM, from a provider like OpenAI, Anthropic, or Google. These models are what give your agent its ability to understand language, reason through problems, and generate human-like responses. Connecting to one is typically done through an API or application programming interface. You'll get a special key like a password that allows your code to send requests to the LLM and receive its intelligent output. This step is like turning on the ignition. It's what brings your agent's cognitive engine to life. With a brain in place, your agent needs tools to interact with the world and perform actions. An agent without tools is like a brilliant strategist trapped in a room with no phone and no computer. It can think, but it can't do anything. This is where the real power of coding shines. You can equip your agent with a vast array of tools. Frameworks like LangChain come with many pre-built tools, such as a web search tool, a calculator, or a tool for reading files. More importantly, you can code your own custom tools. You could write a tool that connects to your company's internal database, interacts with a specific software API, or performs a unique calculation that is specific to your industry. This is how you give your agent its superpowers. The next piece is the agent's logic and decision-making framework. This is the code that orchestrates everything, telling the agent how to think and act to achieve its goal. This is often called an agentic loop or a reasoning engine. Using a framework like LangChain, you'll define this logic. You will use techniques like prompt engineering, where you craft careful instructions or prompts to guide the LLM's responses and behavior. You'll essentially be teaching your agent how to break down a large problem into smaller, manageable steps. Choose the right tool for each step, and then synthesize the results to arrive at a final answer. This is like designing the agent's central nervous system, ensuring all its parts work in harmony. Finally, you need to give your agent a memory. A stateless agent that forgets everything after each interaction is not very useful. You'll need to implement a memory system so it can recall previous parts of the conversation or past actions it has taken. This allows for more natural, context-aware interactions. Frameworks provide different types of memory modules, from simple buffers that remember the last few exchanges to more sophisticated ones that can summarize conversations and store key information. Building these core components, the brain, the tools, the logic, and the memory, is the heart of the development process. It's where your agent truly takes shape and begins to transform from a simple script into an intelligent, autonomous entity. Choosing to build your AI agent with code grants you an incredible amount of power. The primary advantage is total and complete customization. You are not constrained by the features of a pre-built platform. Every single aspect of your agent's behavior, from its personality and tone of voice to the complex logic it uses for decision-making, is under your direct control. If you can dream it and you can code it, you can build it. This allows you to create highly specialized agents that are perfectly tailored to solve unique and complex problems that off-the-shelf solutions simply cannot handle. This level of control is the main reason why developers often prefer this path for serious, mission-critical applications. Another massive benefit is extensibility. The digital world is built on APIs, and with code, you can connect your agent to virtually any service that offers one. This means your agent's capabilities are nearly limitless. You can integrate it with proprietary internal software, niche third-party services, or even complex hardware devices. This makes coded agents incredibly scalable and future-proof. As your needs evolve, you can continue to add new tools, refine its logic, and expand its capabilities without being limited by a platform's roadmap. You are in charge of the architecture, which is essential for building robust, enterprise-grade solutions designed to handle heavy workloads and complex operations. However, this great power comes with significant responsibility and a few notable downsides. The most obvious one is that it requires a solid understanding of programming, primarily in Python. There is a steeper learning curve compared to no-code options. Development is also inherently more time-consuming. You are responsible for writing the code, debugging it, setting up the infrastructure, and performing ongoing maintenance. This is not a set-it-and-forget-it solution. A coded agent is a living piece of software that requires care and attention to keep it running smoothly and securely, especially as the libraries and APIs it depends on are updated over time. This path is not for everyone, nor is it for every project. It is best suited for those who need maximum control, are building for complex and unique use cases, and have the necessary technical skills or development resources available. It is for the artisans, the engineers, and the architects who want to sculpt every detail of their creation themselves. The ability to craft custom tools, implement sophisticated reasoning chains, and have full ownership over the entire system is where coding truly excels. It's the path you take when you want to build not just an agent, but a masterpiece of digital craftsmanship. But what if you're not a programmer? What if the idea of setting up a development environment and writing Python scripts sounds more like a chore than a creative process? Or perhaps you are a developer, but you need to build and launch a functional AI agent incredibly quickly. For you, a different and equally powerful path has emerged: the world of no-code AI agent builders. This approach completely changes the game by lowering the barrier to entry to near zero. Think of these platforms as the ultimate high-tech Lego box for artificial intelligence. You don't need to manufacture the bricks yourself. You are given a vast collection of high-quality, prefabricated blocks that you can simply snap together to create something truly amazing and functional. These visual creator studios have been instrumental in democratizing AI development, extending the power to build beyond the exclusive domain of software engineers. They empower business analysts, marketers, entrepreneurs, product managers, and literally anyone with a clear vision and a problem to solve. The core philosophy is simple. You should be able to focus on the what, the logic and purpose of your agent, rather than getting bogged down in the how of complex coding. This visual approach translates the abstract concepts of agent creation into tangible, movable parts on a canvas, making the entire process feel more intuitive and accessible, much like assembling a piece of IKEA furniture with clear visual instructions. The beauty of this approach lies in its immediacy. You can go from having an idea for an agent to deploying a working prototype in a matter of hours or sometimes even minutes. This rapid development cycle is revolutionary for testing ideas and getting quick feedback. You can quickly build a minimum viable product to demonstrate value to stakeholders or test its effectiveness with real users without investing weeks or months in custom development. This makes no-code an incredibly powerful tool for innovation and experimentation, allowing for a much more agile and responsive way of building intelligent automation into your daily workflows and business processes. The no-code scene for AI agents is absolutely buzzing with innovation in 2025. A wide array of platforms has emerged, each with its own strengths and specializations. Some, like Zapier and Make, have evolved from general automation platforms into AI powerhouses, while others, like BotPress or VoiceFlow, are purpose-built for creating sophisticated conversational agents and chatbots. Then there are platforms like Glide, which let you build entire custom applications powered by AI agents, often starting from something as simple as a spreadsheet. Choosing the right platform is like picking your favorite brand of construction kit. Each one offers a unique set of pieces and possibilities for what you can build. So how does building an agent on one of these no-code platforms actually work in practice? The experience is designed to be highly visual and intuitive, centered around a drag-and-drop interface. The process feels less like writing instructions and more like drawing a flowchart or building an assembly line. You begin by defining a trigger, which is the event that kicks off your agent's workflow. This could be something like receiving a new email in a specific inbox, a new entry being added to a database, a customer submitting a form on your website, or even a scheduled time of day. This trigger is the first domino in the chain, setting everything else in motion. Once the trigger is set, you start adding a series of actions. These are the individual tasks your agent will perform. Each action is represented by a visual block that you drag onto your canvas. You might add a block that uses AI to analyze the sentiment of the incoming email, another block to extract key information like a name or order number, a subsequent block to search for that order number in your Shopify store, and a final block to draft a reply and save it as a draft in Gmail. You connect these blocks with lines, creating a clear visual sequence of events that shows exactly how your agent will operate from start to finish. One of the most powerful features of these platforms is their library of pre-built integrations. This is where they truly shine in terms of speed and convenience. Instead of writing complex code to connect to different software and services, you simply select the app you want to use from a menu, be it Slack, Google Sheets, Salesforce, or OpenAI, and authenticate your account, usually with just a few clicks. It's like having a universal remote that is already pre-programmed to work with all of your favorite devices. This seamless connectivity allows your agent to easily read data from one system, process it using AI, and then write the result to another system without any custom development. After you have designed your workflow, you need to configure the details within each block. For an AI block, this might involve writing a simple prompt in plain English, telling the AI what you want it to do, like summarize this article into 3 bullet points. You can also set up the agent's memory, helping it to recall information from previous steps to provide more relevant and contextual responses. Finally, all no-code platforms have a built-in testing mode. This allows you to run a test of your workflow, watch the data flow through each step in real time, and easily identify and fix any issues before you deploy the agent to handle live tasks. The most significant advantage of using no-code tools is undeniably their accessibility. You do not need a background in computer science or programming to start building. This really opens the door for a whole new wave of creators who have deep domain expertise but lack the technical skills to code their own solutions. For example, a marketing manager who understands the customer journey inside and out can now build an agent to automate lead nurturing. Or an HR specialist can create an agent to streamline the employee onboarding process. This empowers the people closest to the problem to build the solution, which often leads to more effective and practical outcomes for the business. Speed is the second major benefit. The ability to rapidly prototype, test, and deploy agents is a massive advantage in today's fast-paced environment. What might take a development team weeks to build using code can often be assembled on a no-code platform in a single afternoon. This velocity allows for a more iterative approach to development. You can launch a simple version of your agent quickly, gather real-world feedback, and then easily make adjustments and improvements on the fly through the visual interface. This agility is invaluable for businesses that need to adapt quickly to changing market conditions or customer needs without getting bogged down in long development cycles. However, this simplicity and speed do come with certain trade-offs. The most notable limitation is in the area of customization. You are ultimately working within the confines of the platform and the tools it provides. While these platforms are incredibly versatile, you might encounter a situation where you need to perform a very specific, complex piece of logic that the platform's pre-built blocks simply don't support. You are limited to the integrations the platform offers, and if you need to connect to a niche or custom-built internal system, you might find it difficult or impossible to do so without some kind of workaround. Furthermore, you have less control over the underlying architecture, which can impact performance and scalability for extremely high-volume or complex applications. There are also costs to consider, as most no-code platforms operate on a subscription model, with pricing often tied to the number of tasks your agent runs or the number of users you have. Despite these limitations, no-code tools are an exceptionally powerful choice for a huge range of use cases. They are the perfect solution for rapidly automating common business processes, building internal tools, and for anyone who values a visual, straightforward approach to creation. They are the true express lane for bringing your AI agent ideas to life. So, we've explored the two primary highways to building your own AI agent: the deep, customizable world of code and the fast, accessible realm of no-code platforms. This inevitably leads to the crucial question: which path is the right one for you? The honest answer is that there's no single best way that fits every person and every project. The choice isn't about which method is objectively superior, but which one is most appropriate for your specific situation. Think of it like choosing between a custom-tailored suit meticulously crafted by a master tailor, code, and a high-quality, stylish off-the-rack suit from a luxury brand, no code. Both are excellent options, but they serve different needs, budgets, and timelines. The right choice depends entirely on your project's complexity, your personal skills, and your ultimate goals. Let's start by breaking down the fundamental trade-offs between the two approaches, looking at them side by side. The most significant difference lies in customization versus convenience. With code, you have infinite flexibility. You are the architect, the engineer, and the construction worker, with the power to control every single feature, every line of logic, and every nuanced behavior of your agent. This is your workshop for building something truly unique. No-code, on the other hand, offers incredible convenience. It provides a well-stocked toolbox of pre-built components, making the process faster and simpler, but you are ultimately limited to the tools and configurations that the platform provider has decided to include in that box. This leads directly to the next major trade-off: development time versus technical skill. Building with code is a meticulous process that demands programming knowledge, primarily in Python, and it can be significantly more time-consuming to set up, develop, and deploy. It's like learning to fly a helicopter. It takes training and practice, but once you know how, you can go almost anywhere. No-code platforms are the complete opposite. They are designed to be as intuitive as possible, requiring little to no technical expertise, much like driving a modern car with an automatic transmission. This means you can get a functional agent up and running in a fraction of the time, making it the speedboat of AI development compared to the carefully constructed ship of the coding world. Finally, consider the trade-off in scalability and maintenance. When you write the code yourself, you control the entire architecture. This gives you the power to design a system that can scale to handle massive complexity and volume, like building a skyscraper from its deepest foundations. However, you are also solely responsible for maintaining it, fixing bugs, and keeping it secure. It's like owning a classic car where you are your own mechanic. With a no-code platform, the provider handles all the underlying infrastructure, security, and maintenance for you, which is like leasing a brand new car that comes with a full service package. The trade-off is that the ultimate scalability is often determined by the platform's own architecture and pricing tiers. Choosing between code and no-code, focus on what your project truly needs, not what's trendy. Use code if you need a unique competitive edge, must integrate with specialized APIs, or require complex logic and performance. No code is ideal if you want speed, have limited programming resources, or need to connect with popular business tools. Visual builders are perfect for rapid prototyping and standard automation. Remember, the line between code and no code is blurring. Many platforms now offer hybrid models. Tools like N8N let you use visual workflows and drop in custom code only where needed. This hybrid approach gives you both speed and power. Ultimately, choose the path that gets you from idea to solution most effectively. Assess your skills, define your scope, and match your needs to the right tool. The best choice is the one that empowers you to build and succeed. The smartest builders in 2025 don't pick just code or no code. They combine both. Start with no code to quickly prototype and validate your idea. Once you hit platform limits, transition to code for custom features or scale. This de-risks development and ensures you only invest in code for proven concepts. Modern low-code platforms like N8N and Retool bridge the gap, letting you use drag and drop for most tasks and custom code for the rest. You get the best of both worlds in one environment. Hybrid workflows are fast, scalable, and efficient. Use no code for speed, code for power. That's the ultimate strategy for building great AI agents. The most valuable AI creators are versatile, skilled in both code and no code. Developers, learn no code to save time and focus your coding on high-impact challenges. Non-coders, learn coding basics to build more sophisticated agents and communicate better with technical teams. Being bilingual in both approaches makes you adaptable and future-proof. The lines between methods are blurring, so continuous learning is key. Embrace flexibility and keep expanding your toolkit. This dual skill set lets you tackle any problem now and in the future. Become the multi-tool creator AI needs. No matter your approach, follow these golden rules for building robust AI agents. Start with a clear goal and tightly defined scope. Avoid feature creep. Use the simplest tool that gets the job done. Don't overcomplicate. Iterate. Launch early, gather feedback, and improve continuously. Test with real users to uncover edge cases and refine your agent. Design for graceful error handling, expect things to go wrong and plan for it. Build agents that recover smoothly from failures, not ones that crash. Simplicity, focus, and resilience are your best friends. These principles separate fragile agents from truly valuable ones. Build with purpose, test relentlessly, and always plan for the unexpected. Trust and reliability are essential for successful AI agents. Make security and privacy top priorities from the start. Protect all sensitive data. Monitor your agent's performance and update it as APIs and models evolve. Keep a human in the loop for high-stakes decisions. AI should assist, not replace critical judgment. Be transparent about what your agent can and cannot do. Provide clear explanations or sources for its decisions when possible. Regular maintenance ensures your agent stays accurate and aligned with its purpose. Combine security, oversight, and transparency to build trust. That's how you create agents people rely on, not just use. And just like that, You've reached the end of our comprehensive guide to creating your very own AI agent in 2025. We have covered a tremendous amount of ground together on this expedition into the new frontier of personal AI. We started by demystifying the agent revolution, understanding that these intelligent systems are no longer the exclusive domain of giant corporations. We then meticulously walked through the all-important planning phase, emphasizing that a clear mission is the bedrock of any successful project. We journeyed down the two primary development paths, exploring both the infinite creative potential of the developer's playground with code and the incredible speed and accessibility of the Visual Creator Studio with no-code platforms. It has been quite the adventure, like mapping a new continent from its vast coastlines down to the intricate pathways that crisscross its interior. We didn't stop there. We carefully compared these two powerful approaches, giving you a clear framework to decide which path is the right one for you and your specific goals. We looked at the strategic wisdom of hybrid approaches and the importance of becoming an adaptable, multi-talented creator to future-proof your skills in this rapidly evolving landscape. Finally, we laid out the golden rules and best practices for construction, ensuring that the agent you build is not just functional, but also robust, reliable, and trustworthy. The entire process, which once seemed like a complex and intimidating mountain to climb, has been broken down into a series of manageable, actionable steps. The map is now in your hands, and the path forward is clear. The single most important takeaway from all of this is that the power to create bespoke AI solutions is now more within your reach than ever before. The year 2025 truly represents a tipping point where the curtain has been pulled back, revealing that the magician's secrets are available for you to learn and master. You no longer have to be a passive spectator watching the AI revolution from the sidelines. You are now fully equipped to step onto the field and become an active participant, a creator, an architect of the future. Whether your ambition is to automate the tedious and repetitive tasks that drain your energy to build a smarter and more responsive business, or simply to bring a brilliantly innovative AI idea to life, the tools, the knowledge, and the opportunity are right in front of you. Your journey as an AI creator begins now. The only true constraint that remains is the boundary of your own imagination. So take a moment and picture what's possible. Envision an intelligent agent that perfectly understands your unique professional workflow, anticipating your needs before you even articulate them. Imagine an agent that delivers a level of personalized service that makes your customers feel truly seen and valued. Think about an agent that can tirelessly dig through mountains of data to find the precise, game-changing insights you've been searching for. All of this, and so much more, can be built by you. The era of passive consumption is over. Welcome to the era of creation.